Oh, hey, I'm gonna, let's just start the show. Okay.
Oh,
Great
hey, you're
job.
gonna what?
Nothing. I'm not gonna do anything.
What were you gonna do?
Just talk normally. This is my normal speaking voice.
What were you? I'm really curious.
Sarah, how are you doing today?
What's happening?
What?
Why are you wearing that wig?
Nothing's happening.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought up hair. I'm sorry.
What? Why would you? Okay. You're acting like I should be offended.
Well, because I know that you're not bald by choice.
Okay. Listen, we've brought this up before.
Have we?
I'm pretty sure we've talked about sometimes you go in for a little hair adjustment in your own accord. Maybe you're, under the influence of something. I don't know.
Wait, were you on something?
I don't know.
What?
Maybe.
What?
Maybe a little tiny bit.
I'm so confused. Are you accusing your barber of drugging you?
No, I'm the barber.
And wait, hold on.
You didn't know I did
gave
this?
yourself the bad haircut?
You didn't know I did this?
I thought you went to somebody and got a bad haircut. Oh, I was feeling so much more sympathy for you. Now I don't care anymore.
No, I did this myself.
You gave yourself the bad haircut?
I was trimming my hair,
Okay.
just to trim, and literally the teeth. What is that? What you call it?
Yeah.
The teeth of the clipper popped off while I was mid-stroke, and so it became suddenly super super duper short, and it was too late, and it was just in an instant it became
Oh man.
a part of my head where there was just no hair, and I was like, "Fuck
Damn.
me." So I had to
shave it
trim
all.
it all.
Okay, all of this time I thought you had gone to a barber and gotten a
my
bad
God.
haircut and then had to shave your own head.
That'd be an awful barber.
And now you see why I felt so bad for you this whole time. And now I just think it's funny that you gave yourself the worst haircut in the history of mankind. Because let me tell you, I've been there.
I tried to just trim the sides to be maybe I can just and I feel like it's been a year that I've let my hair on top of my head
you
grow
had a
out.
lot of hair.
I've
Your
trimmed
hair
the sides
also
of
grows
it, but
very fast.
It does. I'm not concerned. There was definitely a couple days where I'm this is gonna be a shock to people, and I need to
Ease
wear
them
a
into
hat.
it. Is it because I didn't recognize you that one time that you were bald?
There was that time. Yeah, that did.
I just had never seen you bald before. It was really shocking to me.
Yeah.
You're like an autumnal tree. I didn't recognize you without your leaves on.
I'm just laughing at the idea of recognizing a tree.
Oh, sorry, do you not have tree friends?
Well, just, they stay in the one spot, so I feel like that alone does it. That's enough.
I don't know.
Now, if the trees were moving around and shit,
then we'd be talking.
then it'd be I definitely, the tree on my block is gone, and now I cannot find it. I think it's shed its leaves.
My childhood oak has left the building.
Yeah. Hidden tree 2.
Hidden tree.
The trees have legs.
I hate it.
Listen, I've been listening to some backlog episodes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I mumble a lot. So
it's not time to get self-critical. We've just turned 40 and now you're starting to feel self-critical. You're feeling like the prime of your years is over.
It's a existential midlife crisis.
But let me tell you, that was bad.
That was good.
Let me tell you, this is just the prime of your life. It's just because society says that after you're 40 you can't be attractive anymore, and it's not true, Talon.
Okay. I'm still fuckable. We're still fuckable
We're
as a podcast.
still, as a podcast. Sorry. As a podcast, we're still fuckable.
Ooh.
Even with that voice.
Even with that.
What did you do like in the book? Oh, don't you dare compare me to Adam Sandler. I will leave.
What if it's to
this
say
podcast.
that you're better than him?
Good, that's fine.
Is it just the comparison that's upsetting?
I hate him.
Why do you hate Adam Sandler?
We've had this conversation. We 100% have had this conversation. It's because he stole the plot of Click from me.
Okay, fine.
We're gonna move on because we've already had this conversation, which you should know
You're right.
if you were listening to the backlog
I guess I
of
haven't
our
listened
conversations.
hard enough.
No. Listen harder. Listen better. Listen faster.
I will.
Listen stronger.
Doing.
I'm interrupting you.
Okay, great.
You didn't notice that that's also a trend in all of our podcasts?
Well, yeah, there's lots of notice upon listening.
Yeah.
1, I mumble a lot. 2,
Okay.
if you sync up all the podcasts on once, there's a coded message. If you start...
Do you have to play them backwards?
You have to make them all end at the same time code. So you have to sort them all end first, and then listen from the beginning, and then the code is revealed. And I'm not going to say what that code is to our eager listeners. So, good luck.
Are you going to give me any notes, is what I was hoping for. I need feedback. I can't just exist in a void.
Okay, yeah. Well, I did happen to take a couple notes. Let me just... Okay, first off, this character of Sarah that you've created, I'm just not sure how well they resonate with fans. I actually did a couple of focus groups, and what I heard is that they really, really relate to Talon and his energy, but for some reason Sarah is just not.
Sorry, was the focus group just your mom?
I am really, the idea behind focus groups is you're not really supposed to reveal
I think it was
the
your
identities.
mom. Although your mom does like me too, I think.
Sure. So, couldn't possibly be my mom. So, don't even worry about who it was. The point is that the focus group unanimously decided that they relate more.
Can you tell me how big the sample size was?
I'm really not at liberty to say or discuss the details of the focus group or groups, maybe multiple groups.
Was this before or after you shaved your head? Because I feel like you were going to resonate a lot less with people because you have less hair now.
Well, this is all recent episode data, so that episode took place before the haircut.
Before the shaving? Can we call it the shaving?
The shavening.
Yes.
Okay, the shavening. So, yes, this is pre-shavening.
Okay.
I don't really see how that will make a big difference.
You can tell.
I don't know if you can tell.
I know you don't notice, but I think people can tell.
Okay, but audibly? You can tell that I have less hair?
Yes.
What is that? Why?
It's just less resonant.
Okay, that tracks. Well, we'll see what the what the data shows. I have a pretty good feeling that they're gonna swing my way. Not that it's anyone I'm related to or anything.
Anyone that you came out of or anything.
And no, I'm pretty sure I would that would be unfair and not reliable data. I mean, so
okay.
It's a blind experiment, blind sample.
Double blind.
I cannot really confirm or deny whether or not it is double blind or even triple blind or even super not blind. But, there's a couple... can I get into the more specific feedback?
Sorry, yes.
So, when the group was asked about what specifically they didn't relate to about the character of Sarah.
Yes.
As played by you.
Okay.
Just making that clear.
Yes, I figured as much.
They said that they did not enjoy her frequent comments about various animated ogres.
Hey!
That's
a big part of who she is.
Shoot
it's a facet of her personality.
Well...
You know what? This focus group is trash. They're fired.
Well, they had some criticism about the Talon character, too.
Tell me those. I was gonna say something else, but I'm intrigued now. What did they say about the Talon character?
Let me just flip through a couple. There's a lot of pages on the Sarah character. Jeez, yeah. There's a couple.
Yeah. Wait, is that one just a drawing of me with steam coming out of my ears?
I don't know. That's data. Here it is. Talon. Yeah. Okay. So on one of the notes, the criticism, that was noted about the Talon character was that they felt that Talon felt too sexy and sounded too attractive, which made it very hard to relate to.
Wait, let me see that. Let me see this.
No, don't look.
Okay, all this says is that Talon's a handsome little man. His mom is handsome little man is all it says.
That doesn't... That is a pull quote from the group sample.
This is from your mom, Talon.
This isn't really...
It says love mom.
It says...
And there's a food stain on here. Did she put this in your lunch bag?
So listen,
Talon...
This is a viable...
Start the podcast.
Okay, fine. We'll just... Sorry.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this
Welcome to Craig's Existential Crisis, a deep dive through the misconnection section of America's favorite list, and a deeper dive into ourselves. I'm Talon.
I'm Sarah. And if you didn't know, the misconnection section of Craigslist is like a place for personal ads about close, god damn it, chance encounters. Not close.
Close
Sometimes
encounters.
they're close.
There's probably some alien shit.
Close chance encounters that writers didn't get a chance to act on, so they post them here in hopes of connecting.
Yeah,
Because
welcome.
we're all just looking for connection.
We're all looking for connection in this age.
And you know what? Sorry, I cut you off.
Coronavirus. Go on.
Oh man, that's
Now it's
too
topical. Now it's topical.
Just like how coronavirus spreads. Anyways, speaking of connections that we made, you should keep your ears out for a really cool podcast that we guested on.
Oh my god, yes.
That episode will be coming out shortly. It's a podcast called Pod Heroes. It's really fun. We chat about superhero movies. In our case, we watched Hancock.
Oh man.
Which I got mixed up with Hitch originally. because altogether it makes Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Which is an actual thing. But anyways, we watched Hancock. We talked to Alex and Jack, the hosts of that show, about that. So keep your eyes out for a Pod Heroes episode featuring us.
Yeah.
And then keep your eyes out in a couple of weeks. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up, actually.
A lot.
In the next couple of weeks, keep your ears out for the reverse crossover episode where Alex and Jack are going to come on to this show.
Y'all, it's going to be poppin'.
It's going to be wild. The chemistry between the four of us is electric.
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 Hella
it's hellish.
electric.
Oh.
Okay.
I would say it's hellish. Hellishly electric. So keep an eye out for that podcast episode that will be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Yep. Pod Heroes. Check them out. Subscribe to them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why do I keep doing this to you today?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I'm very interruptible today.
No, you're not. You're important.
No, it's fine.
Please finish your sentence. I'm
yes. I mean, subscribe to them. Keep an eye out for that episode coming up real soon. Maybe you're someone who's just got a backlog of episodes in your phone, and hey, guess what? It's coming up next.
It's coming up. Next. Nickelodeon. We're gonna get sued.
I still say to wait for us to get clout.
That's just how that song ends.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I remember now. Listen, another thing we do with these misconnections that we pull from the depths of the interweb is cold read them for each other. So I found some for Sarah to read. Sarah's found some for me to read, and we are reading them to each other for the first time.
The first time.
So listen, I got a few. You want to start?
Yeah, sure. It feels like the first time.
This is a quick
It feels like the very first time. New Year's, girl. I keep thinking about your eyes. I really regret letting you get away both those times. I told you to get the cheese pie. Maybe I read that last line a little bit more sinisterly than it was meant.
Do you want to do a second read?
No.
Okay.
I think it was perfect the way it was.
It was fine. So.
Also, did they run into them twice on the same New Year's, or is this a girl they only see on New Year's Eve? Excuse me, romantic movie in the making.
Maybe, yeah. I really regret letting you get away both those times. I feel like that sounds like two different dates. So.
Okay. Yeah, like two different New Year's. Like ringing in 2019, ringing in 2020.
Yeah.
We've rung in both of those together.
Yeah.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-dong. Yeah, if you listen to Pod Heroes, I actually tell a story about the first New Year's we ever spent together. So you should hop over that podcast and listen to it.
Yeah, you should, because I don't remember it. So, yeah. Wow, so this person, we think it's very likely that they were at two different New Year's outings. Mm-hmm. And this person was there both these times. And both times
saw this girl. If that's
New
not
Year's
a
girl.
sign, if that's not a sign that you're meant to be, I don't know what is. That is literally fate putting you in a situation where you are asked to kiss somebody societally and then doing it twice in a row.
Yeah. It's one thing to have it happen 1 year. And be
What
like,
are the chances?
And then to think about that for a whole year. And then a year later, you get a second chance.
Wow.
How often do you so literally get put into a second chance scenario where life's just like, hey, remember that regret you have? Have a fucking do-over.
Wow. The one that got away.
Twice.
Now,
honestly, she got away twice. I think you blew it.
also, you know, I can't believe letting you get away. That's also a little scary.
Is it?
Like, I let you get away. Like, I don't know. The phrasing of that, I think that's why I read the last line so sinisterly, because there is a little bit of, like, letting you get away.
I would like for you to read the whole thing again with a sinister tone.
I keep thinking about your eyes. I really regret letting you get away both those times. I told you to get the cheese pie. Thank you. And that was inspired by Eddie Redmayne in Jupiter Ascending.
A movie we will never watch. Because we tried.
We tried and had to stop halfway through.
And you know what? I wanted to finish it.
Well, guess what? You can finish on your own. Ba-dum-bum.
All right. So, listen, now that you've read it like that,
do you feel like it is sinister at all?
You know what? Yes, I've done a full 180.
Oh, a TikTok reference.
Yeah. Also, I'm just a big Dua Lipa fan.
Okay. Less exciting.
Well, yes. But now this feels like a... what do you call him? The Shape? The Shape versus Jamie Lee Curtis's character in the movie Halloween type scenario. The mass killer is referred to as the Shape.
What?
Not a lot of people know that. They just call him Michael Myers.
Wait.
He's the Shape.
In Halloween?
Yes, the killer in Halloween is also referred to as the Shape.
Where the fuck did you read that?
It's
Was
just
it on like Cool Movie Facts by jakewho's13.net?
No, it was actually .com. But,
Okay.
Well, no.
Wait, what? You called the Shape?
This is known. This is known.
It is not known. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is not known.
And the only other people I can imagine having this same kind of relationship, it would be those two characters.
Oh, that is true, because he does come back on
again
a holiday.
Again.
On a holiday. Over
Annually.
again every year. He lets her get away.
She remains, except for that one movie where she died. The Halloween franchise is very fucking inconsistent. It's got like 3 universes.
Well, yeah, they just named their main character something that nobody has ever heard of.
There's literally 2 Halloweens and 2 Halloween 2s. Like, it doesn't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, there was Halloween, and then there was Halloween 2, and then there was
Halloween.
which one? What's this one, like Season of the Witch or something? I don't.
Ooh, that's kind of spicy.
Then there was like H2O, which was another Halloween.
Wait, Halloween H2O? Was it a crossover with that Australian mermaid show where the girls, if they touch water, they get turned into mermaids?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good crossover.
No, so there was it was 20 years later is when it took place.
H20 is what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure.
How old are you? 2-0. No, it's
By the way,
H20.
I saw the year 2021 written today at work, and it is a very visually unpleasing
number.
I hate it.
After the pure glory that is 2020, which is a 2 and a 0 and a 2 and a 0. Not to say that this year hasn't been a mess, because let me tell you, it has been.
I'm over it.
I'm over it already.
But it looks nice on paper.
At least aesthetically,
There's symmetry.
it's pleasing.
So there was H20 or H20. I'm pretty sure everyone called
I think it was H2O, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's H20.
Then there was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers.
See, they don't call it Revenge of the Shape, do they?
No, it's fucking weird. You're right. It's like, I think they tried to give him that name in the first movie, but no one could remember it.
Yeah.
Who just wants to call the dude by his biblical name?
The Shape is his biblical name now.
What if, I mean, the Scream franchise doesn't work for this example, but what if, I guess Freddy Krueger doesn't work either. Fuck. Okay.
Everyone wants to call them by their
what
God-given
if
names.
Candyman was just referred to by name?
His first name is Candy, his last name is Man.
Fuck my butt. Okay.
Oh, my.
So what I'm trying to say is, this is, you're right, this is a letter from a serial killer to the person he's been hunting but can't live without the hunt. It's like a Joker-Batman relationship, you know?
Yeah, and also an equally important question, do you think the cheese pie...
What is the cheese pie?
Okay, here's my question. I'm thinking it's pizza.
That
people
makes
call
the most
pizza...
sense. But it also
did take
sounds
me
dumb.
a minute to process.
It's one thing, like a pizza pie. Sure. Cheese pizza. Sure. Slice of pie. Great. Cheese pie?
The shape.
Don't bring... That is not this argument at all.
It
cheese
is.
pie?
It is.
A slice of cheese pie would be...
Do you think Ed Sheeran's hit song, The Shape of You, is about Michael Myers?
Let me think. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet too.
That's what murderers do.
You try to murder me every Halloween. Oh shit! Oh my god! How did we not see that?
How did we not ever notice that?
Wow.
So weird.
The shape of you.
The Shape of You.
Let's read another one.
I do have to apologize for the quality of these.
Ooh.
I looked them up at work, so I took a photograph of my screen at work.
You're a customer service nightmare.
I had to look like I was working, so I couldn't be on my phone screenshotting.
Yeah.
If not working in actuality, I should at least attempt to look like I'm working.
I feel like Craigslist.com seems like the kind of website that's so basic that it should just come with a plugin to disguise itself as any fucking
Any
website
other
you
website.
want.
Yeah, well, I like that it's kind of nondescript.
I suppose. But is it though? Because I feel like if people walk by you, they know exactly what you're looking at. No? Anyway. And you're going to need to look at this phone to unlock it. Okay. Here we go. Wanderous, Portland. Hey, you. So, I'm guessing the whole sound healers thing didn't work out. Oh well. I guess I should have seen it coming before I decided to drive all the way out here with you. Anywho, if you're still out there, and if you ever see this, I just want you to know, you still owe me $250. Woof. Okay. I'm trying to piece this one together.
I think it's pretty clear. I think somebody fell in love with a sound healer.
So what is a sound healer?
I'm assuming they use bells.
Yikes.
That's all I know.
I mean,
that's all I got, honestly.
That very much... the sentence in my brain was, that very much reminds me of my grandma's death.
Please give me more.
My grandma was very Buddhist. And so it was actually really cool. Like, she was like, you know, in hospice care, but
Sure.
there'd be
That
like
wasn't cool,
a
but-
pair of Buddhist monks would come over and do this like chanting
Like ring a
thing
bell?
with these bells.
Ooh.
It was pretty funny because we were just all standing in a room while that's happening for like, I don't know, 10 whole minutes of just this chanting. It was like very cool. And then my grandma in full Vietnamese, which I don't speak, but most of my family does.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like, I don't want to be rude, but what's happening?
I'm glad she said it. I mean, somebody had to ask.
Yeah, so this is like really cool. But is it for me?
Could I ask what's going on here?
What is this about?
I think that guy owes me $250.
Is someone dying?
And then you're just like, Grandma. Grandma.
Go to sleep.
Grandma.
Go to
Grandma,
sleep.
please.
So yeah, when you say sound healer, I do picture that kind of thing.
That sounds real. Or maybe they just like scream at your joints.
Yeah, scream therapy.
Yeah.
It's like red light therapy, but the scream is the red light of sound waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we've all heard before.
Right.
Red light screams are the red lights of sound waves.
Yeah, actually, human ears can't hear it, but whenever there's a red light at a stoplight, it's actually screaming.
Oh, that's horrific. I also like that they closed it out with a real humdinger. Like, it's all very metaphysical. It's wondrous. You know, it has a good twist at the end when it's like, you know, we're in this metaphysical world. It comes crashing down to literal and you owe me $250.
Yeah. So, woof. So
I just here to say, whoever wrote this had a real sense of comedic timing.
No,
That's all.
they should be on this show. This sound healer guy comes to town and is like, I can heal you with sound, but we have to do it far away from here. You have to drive yourself there, and you have to pay me up front, and it is a third of $1,000.
Oh, you think that the writer also that was bad math?
I'm not.
It's a fourth of $1,000.
Wow, yeah, it's actually literal fourth. I was just like exaggerating, but it was just right there, wasn't it? Wait, that
You
should
were
be
so
a
close.
sticky
You were
wicket.
so close.
What were you saying?
Before you did math really badly.
Yep.
I didn't realize this is an interesting reading of it. I did not realize, I did not think that the person writing it was the one who was getting sound healed. I imagined that this was like the partner or, possible
That's
love interest
true.
where they're like, I'm going to follow, my love's got my partner, this person I have a crush on, whatever it is, has like a real motivation and a real calling in life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help him out by moving to
Babe,
Portland.
I want to become Portland's best sound healer. But I just need a little bit of starter fund, Just
I got to buy my first bell. And let me tell you.
bells are
like,
fucking
they're
expensive.
expensive.
Have you ever tried to buy a bell? Especially, let alone how many I need for my sound healing business.
I'm thinking, maybe $1/3 of $1,000. No, that's
just-
too much. Okay, $1/4 of $1,000.
I mean, part of the reason to do it in Portland is no sales tax. Because if I was, doing this sound healing thing in New York, oh my god,
They would just get me with that 9%.
those price gougers at Mike's Music, man. Anyway, so I just need to borrow. Just let me hold like $250, and when I go to my first retreat, I'll make it all back, and I'll pay you back with interest. So the sound healing thing is pretty hot. So
It's pretty hot, at least in Portland. I also
anyway.
like that this person is so bitter about. So I'm guessing the whole sound healers thing didn't work out. I got a question. Do you have a sound healer moment? Did you ever try something that real didn't work out, and you just kind of had to cut your losses and run?
This podcast.
Hey, I knew you were gonna say that, and you
set
can't
me
say
up,
it.
and I knocked it down.
I just invested in a microphone that we can't use today, so you can't quite yet.
It looks great though.
It does look good. I just want everyone to know that the visual that's going on right now is we have one working microphone between the two of us, usually. I invested in a microphone. We were so excited. I unwrapped it today. I checked it over earlier. Unwrapped it today. We got so ready. We were ready to each have our own microphone. Sound quality is going to go through the roof.
Yep.
And then it turns out they sent me the wrong cord with the microphone, so we can't use it today.
So, cliffhanger. If you think this podcast is good, but man, you wish it sounded better. Oh, it's coming, folks.
It's coming. Just you wait until each of us has a mic, and Talon can just selectively mute me whenever he wants to because we're on different channels.
Yeah, maybe different rooms. That's the only way for sure to
Rude.
make this work.
Yeah, that's actually why we invested in microphones, because we can see the big schism coming.
Yeah.
And we know there's going to be a big fight where we can't even be in the same room as each other. We'll gouge each other's eyes out. So.
Yeah, we're going to have to record this like the circle.
And it's all because Talon owes me $250.
Well, have you ever done had a thing?
You didn't
like
even
that?
answer my question.
I'm honestly trying to think
Of like
of I've definitely like embarked on projects that got too
ambitious.
and didn't come.
We've all been
through.
there. It doesn't
Like,
feel good. It
I
feels
regret it
really
so bad.
bad.
Like honestly, like I've been trying to make the same web series since like 2008, and I had it written.
What's stopping you?
I don't know. I just tried it 3 times, and all the times it kind of fell apart. And it was like, well, this is a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll never write again, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, that's fun.
No, I mean, I do, like, I still want to, but it's just like, definitely being burdened on something like that 3 times. But it didn't make anyone put money into it.
That would be real bad. That would be
real bad.
uncomfortable.
That would be worse.
I started a black market perfume business. Was that when I was in middle school?
What are you talking about?
So I don't remember where I got there's this fun store called Tap Plastics near my house, and they sold all sorts of plastic goods that you may need, such as little tiny plastic bottles.
Okay.
So I bought a bunch of little tiny plastic bottles, and then I started making perfume from things. And by making perfume, I meant I would put water in bottles and then mix different shave different soaps and put different mixtures of soap shavings and things.
Like,
make
you didn't
them
even go
smell
for
specific
liquid soap.
ways.
You went for hard.
Oh, I went for hard soap, and then I'd wait for it to dissolve, and then I'd shake it really hard. That was the part where I was making it, you know?
Yes.
And then I would sell it. I would sell it at school, and I had a bit of a racket going. And then I ran out of little plastic bottles, and that's where the dream ended.
Shit. The demand was too high.
But I had like a whole station. I had like an eyedropper that I used and felt very
of
professional.
soap?
Just, to transfer one liquid to another place. And I had a whole like setup like with little knives to shave things with, and like my whole desk was taken over by this perfumerie.
You were like a little Walter White.
I was like a little Walter White, but for perfume.
For
Children.
And
I'm sure it was all like vanilla and lavender and frosting.
Yummy.
You know?
The only closest thing I can think of is my yeah, I'm still thinking about this.
Okay.
My here we go. Big confession time. My college improv team, of which our ravioli woman Elena was the captain of.
Oh God, did you run a racket?
No, but we did start like a GoFundMe to raise some money to go to New York, the Del Close Marathon. We made our goal. It was great. And we had promised some rewards, and we just never could deliver. And I don't think anyone cares. But like we were like, oh, at this level you get a T-shirt, and this level you get a sticker. And like I designed these things, and we never could. We just never could make it happen.
If anyone wants to come collecting,
you know what?
Write them as connections at Craigslist.
So many fucking regrets about it. It's like I just feel like such
really
a
funny.
scam artist.
You are a scam artist.
We took their money and they enjoyed our content for years. And then our group immediately fell apart.
Love it. Oh, did it happen in New York?
No, not in New York.
Damn it.
Only 4 out of 9 of us, which is like way too fucking big for an improv group, were able to even go.
I was in a 12-person improv group when I was in college. It was fine. We got along great. It was one of the best experiences of my life. And we actually ran several very successful Indiegogos.
Okay, you know what?
We delivered all of our perks. So you can suck my ass.
Listen, we had a good run. We had a great fundraiser show. That should be a perk enough. I think the perks were just also a little too ambitious. It was like mugs, T-shirts, stickers,
God,
and then the internet was like, "Great, here you go." And we didn't.
Should have just bought Goodwill mugs and Sharpied them, baby.
No, how do we do a mug? How do you do mugs? How do you do mugs? Do you know? Excuse me. Do you know how to make a mug?
I'm going to report you to the
GoFundMe police?
Bureau of Federal Investigations.
You'll never find me. Because I've changed my voice. And my name, the Talon character, is now gone.
He's disappeared.
I am fucking Saul Goodman now.
Wow.
Anyway.
Well, now you're just, instead of stealing money, you're just stealing character names.
Why? Does that exist?
Doesn't it?
I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, but I have never heard of the name Saul Goodman.
Oh. It sounded real.
I'm kidding. I'm stealing a whole premise.
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
I'm stealing a lot, and you know what? I keep getting away with it. You got me. Okay. That's a Breaking Bad reference.
Okay. Nobody wants that from you.
I think people kind of want it. Hey, wait. I got another one.
I
am
don't
the
care.
one who knocks. I did it for me.
Okay.
I liked it.
I deserve this.
I was good at it.
You cut me off and I deserve it. On the mountain. Striking blonde girl with light green eyes and positive vibes. You served my boyfriend and I at Fire on the Mountain. I remember when you brought me the food, I thought your eyes were so green and beautiful and felt myself blushing and smiling while I told you thanks because somehow I've become this socially awkward, lol. My boyfriend pointed you out and said you were beautiful, and I thought it was funny, of course. It's the same person that made me blush because he's kind of like the guy version of me. Almost. Ha. Then when I walked up to the register, you said that I was really pretty and that I looked like a fairy, very sweet. Well, I thought you were mad cute and would love it if you responded to this if you happened to see it. We could get yummy eats / go dancing / make art. Cute face. Or go skydiving or something, lol. As a date or just as friends if you prefer, because honestly I've been wanting to put myself out there and make some more friends since I'm no longer involved in a social circle. Come make art. Thanks for being a sweet being. Made my day, grinny face.
I like that you do the face after you.
Yeah, it's an integral part of reading.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting. Yeah, that's all I had for you. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I'll read yours now.
No, I just read about reading.
Yeah.
So, at first I thought they were describing themselves when they said striking blonde girl with light green eyes and positive vibes, and I was like,
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. But
in the world, but not in this one. This one, we don't know what this person looks like. I'm going to assume they look like a fairy.
What does a fairy look like?
It's like a small elfish person. Like, they probably have, like, a bit of a, like a little, like, perked nose.
Okay.
And little ears.
Okay.
And wings.
Yeah, and wings.
And they fly.
And they fly. That's an important part.
And they snatch children out of their cradles and leave bundles of sticks.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And they convince people to make deals with the devil.
Okay. Okay.
And
Is that
they
still-
have people eat food so that they're trapped in fairyland forever. And then sometimes they put back the people that they took to fairyland and let them waste away with longing for the fairyland.
Okay.
So all those things are probably true.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
But
that
it's just
sounds-
his friends. She just wanted to know it as friends.
I just want something. I just want someone I can go skydiving with.
You know, casually.
Casual skydiving. Would you ever skydive with
No.
someone like as a first date?
I would never skydive.
Okay. Yeah. That's
This
fair.
our friend group went skydiving, and I said, absolutely not. The only way you'll get me out of a plane is if you throw my dead corpse out of it.
I wanted to, but I was literally like, 5 pounds over the weight limit, and I was like, I'd rather not risk it.
That's also fucked up that they have a weight limit.
There's a weight limit. It's
Like, I get it, but also, like, there should be ways. I'm sure there are ways to adapt it. So
I
that
mean-
a person 5 pounds over the weight limit, that
Isn't
they
this-
could have, like, a stronger harness or something.
Isn't this is Newton's whole thing? Like, well, we all fall at the same rate. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
do you really?
Newton would tell them that they're being fat-phobic bitches.
Newton be like, you sons of assholes, I'm gonna jump anyway.
Yeah, he'd be like, how many times must I do this? And he brings the feather and the apple up in the plane with him. And
Hey, look at this! And he throws a feather, and then he just jumps without a parachute.
see which one lands first.
Yeah, so anyway, I just felt like other things I might risk being like barely over whatever limit. But skydiving felt like
Yeah.
maybe one I just don't wanna
I think it was an
risk.
easy out. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it was an easy way to get out
Oh,
of it.
it's
And also no
terrifying.
judgment because I will not ever.
I genuinely want to, but I think more than that, I want to have had done it. I
Yes.
think the
you
whole
want to
process
just have
of
the badge.
getting on the plane and then, willingly falling out of a plane would take a lot.
Yeah, it would never happen to me.
And the whole way down, I'd be like, please don't die. I really would like to be on the ground safely. I hate every second that I am not currently on the ground. And then I'd be on the ground and be like, in retrospect, that was pretty cool.
I don't think I would feel that. Every time I've ever done something like that, I've been like, well, never again. Like when I did that little cliff dive, everyone was like, this is fun. And I just hate it. Like there was never a moment where I was like, that was enjoyable.
Oof.
I hated it the entire time.
Yeah. Elena, who did go skydiving, when she is reminded of it, I think she just has a mini adrenaline shock. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even like something that seems fun. It's
There
just like-
and there are lots of things that give me adrenaline shocks, like
Yeah.
like being scared or like
Sure.
that sort of thing. Like going through haunted houses and stuff is like pleasurable. It's like fun scary.
Right.
Skydiving is not fun scary. Skydiving is traumatizing scary.
Pretty scary.
It's scary. It's hairy scary. It's like it's like The Shape scary.
It's like swimming with sharks. It's like, is that really something? Is that a situation you want to be in, or do you just want to say you lived through it?
Neither.
Okay.
Also, I am very intrigued by the little line at the end about how they no longer have a social circle.
I no longer.
Perhaps this
have
is
a
just
soul.
my past trauma, but I'm like, I wonder what happened to them. like
Yeah.
like how did that friend circle implode? I want to know.
Have you? I mean, listen. I am definitely someone who has been not ousted, but I've willingly left social.
Have you been
circles.
ousted?
No.
Damn it.
No.
I was really hoping that you were lying about that and that you had been.
I think I see myself as the Beyonce always.
Of every group.
Every friend, not every friend
Damn.
group, but certainly certain friend groups was like, you know what? I'm done. You know what? Now it's time to go. And that makes me sound like a jerk, sure. And you know what? I think rightfully so. I don't think I'm Beyonce anymore.
Well, no, but I also
What?
think that you're allowed to only spend energy on the friends that you feel like you can spend energy on. And I think
Totally.
that's like a big problem with today's world is that like everybody is so accessible and expects everyone else to be accessible all the time just because you can text anyone at any time.
That's literally
And,
like
like,
something that has just like put me over the edge enough
It's
to be
nuts.
like, I literally never want to talk to you again.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
nuts.
I don't think I'm a mean person or a jerk, but sometimes it's just like, I need
boundaries.
some boundaries. I need some space.
Yeah.
And like literally, I've just had enough people like cross those boundaries. We're just like,
Yeah. 2019 was the year of boundaries for me. It was like
Yeah.
all about like learning that boundaries are okay.
Yeah.
And like learning about that, like, if people have boundaries with me, it doesn't mean they hate me. And it means that if I have boundaries with people, I can't control their reaction to it. You know, like, if they're gonna get mad, they're gonna get mad no matter what, and I just have to have this boundary and be safe.
I've had those conversations.
I am giving you shit about leaving your friend group, but I do support you fully in leaving any friend group you feel like is more of a detriment.
I think sometimes on this podcast we have to get a little deeper than deep. That's the premise of the show. So I'm fine with it. And give me shit. 19-year-old me probably deserves a lot of shit. I think he also got some shit he probably didn't deserve.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a different discussion. That's unrelated to what we're talking about.
19-year-old, all of us probably gave and got more shit than they deserved or needed. I don't know that I've ever like purposefully left a friend group. I've only let individual friendships fizzle. And I've also I'm just like somebody who like wants to be friends with everybody all the time and like wants to be on the top of everybody's mind all the time and like have a hard time letting friendships fizzle even when I know they should. And I feel like that's like a big thing I've been working on this year. Yeah. Is like it's okay that like even though you were close at one time doesn't mean you have to be close forever. Like it's okay to like let things get more distant.
That's a tough like thing to, teach yourself, especially when
hard.
You're like you have these close friendships that are just they seem like one of a kind, like you'll never have this again, and then it just like stops being that way and you like blame yourself or you're like I don't know, something must be wrong because I don't know, I didn't text them like a million times this year or something,
or even being like the reason we're breaking up like as friends isn't like because we hate each other, is just because this isn't working anymore. Like, I think a lot of times, like, my brain works really black and white, where it's like either we love each other or we hate each other. Like, either we're friends or we're not, and there's a reason. Yeah. But, like, things can be way more gray than that. They can be like, we were great friends and nothing bad happened. It's just not serving either of us anymore.
Yeah. Or someone, like, moved or, like, got involved with other people. And
drugs.
Just started
is what it
doing
sounded like you were going to say.
Someone took a turn and got away from the teachings of Jesus. And
the Lord says, nah, none of that, son.
It's also weird because, like, at your whole young life, you are just put into friend groups. You don't really have... I mean, you have some choice, but, like, you're literally, like... Everyone you meet is because you need people to do a thing with. Like... It's not like you seek out the person who's the best fit for you to hang out with.
Sure.
You're like, well, literally, this kid is also starting first grade, so, and people.
Did you go to a K through 8th or no?
God, my kindergarten, I moved, so I went to a kindergarten and then I went to a different school for first grade. So I don't even remember what the first one was, but the school I went to first grade with also went all the way through. So sixth grade.
Okay. Yeah. Because I went to a K through 8, and like I feel like that was a slightly different situation in that like we by the end of it were like brothers and sisters because we had known each other for 9 years and spent all of their time together for 9 years.
And like I have really good friends, but we also met in first grade.
Yeah, but I mean we also like because we were at each other all the time had the time to kind of choose who we wanted to be friends with. Like I felt like friend groups and cliques kind of happened for purposeful reasons in my childhood, but maybe not, And obviously not the same way adult friendships happen, but...
I mean, very different either. Like, obviously, as a kid, you do grow up to the point where you start hanging around people you like, but, definitely realizing...
That'll happen to me. Just kidding! I'm kidding!
Yeah. I didn't force you to start this podcast. But, as an adult, it's definitely, like, I have a hard time, like, making friends, even if I know, like, I like this person and would really enjoy hanging out with them. I started a fucking podcast with you to, like, hang out with you.
And it worked!
But, like, literally,
so can one argue that it is a bad, you're bad at it? I would say you're good at it.
I mean, I can't start that trick a lot more times.
You can't. You only have so much time. I would get jealous.
Yeah. But, like, literally, like, I just, like, have a hard time, like, getting to put myself in the same space with people I enjoy.
Yeah.
Without, like, it being a group project. Like, it's so,
I think a lot of, I will say that, like, I am extremely an extrovert, but even having that, like, I'm, like, fun because I'm, like, an extrovert with social anxiety, so it's, like, a lot of weird fun and contesting feelings all the time in my brain.
Same.
And, like, I will say that like a lot of friendships that I've gotten as an adult and like have been like one-on-one friendships as opposed to like group friendships have been the other person being like, we should hang out sometime, and me being like, oh my god, I've wanted this, yes, instead of me being the one to like, let's like, because it almost feels like dating, like it you know,
does.
it feels
there's a weird
vulnerable.
pressure when you're like asking another person to hang out like one-on-one, or maybe even not even one-on-one, but like when you were like, you don't have a reason for it.
Yes. Even us hanging out when we're not podcasting, so we have to be like, we should hang out when we're not podcasting.
Yeah.
And even that feels like kind of like scary.
And even when like we tried, I feel like podcasting still came up. Like,
I know, we can't not podcast talk. It's in our brains.
Yeah, it totally does feel in a weird way like you're asking someone on a date.
Totally. Well, I mean, because it's very similar. It's like you're putting yourself out there. You're like showing your hand because you're like, I like you.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that they reciprocate that. And it's like scary to admit somebody that they have power over you because you like them and you want to be near them, and that gives them power over you.
So you know what? I'm coming around here. You're like, fuck yeah for this person. Just like,
yeah,
you
go
know what?
for it.
Ask some random person you just kind of met to go skydiving with
Hell
you.
yeah, I've never been that person. I'm jealous of those people.
Could you imagine if like your first interaction with someone was skydiving with them? I think you would actually be bonded for life.
I think so too.
Assuming you live, you would be bonded for the rest of it.
Yeah, if you're 5 pounds over the weight limit, don't do it.
Careful.
Just don't.
Get under that weight limit and find someone of equal weight.
And then do it.
Because that is a scary thing. I do admire those people who can just like talk to anyone.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a weird
thing. It's like you
thing.
don't care what people think about you all of the time, every day of your life. How are you doing this?
How are you? You don't know this person. Why are you talking to them like you're their friend? What are you doing? Don't look at me. Don't try and put me in this conversation.
Not interested.
No. Yeah, like I really do. Like I know people who are just so good at that.
Yeah.
It's just like that seems impossible to me.
It does. And it seems so fun and quirky. Like I wish my life was like that, and yet.
And like I don't know. It's this thing we've evolved away from.
And those are the people also though who get hurt a lot of times too, or like have weird interactions, and like not to like say it's their fault or anything, but like because they are more vulnerable, things do happen to them. Like,
but also
they make friends.
Also they make lots of friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Oh my God, we've got time for like one more.
Yeah.
Because we talked about adult friendship for so long.
I got another one, and I don't know if it's one I want to end on. Do you have one?
I have one to end on.
Okay, great. So I got another one then for you to read, and then we'll close this bad boy.
Ooh.
This very, very Craig's-existential bad boy.
Bad boy, bad boy. All right. Baghdad Theater, Call of the Wild, 229. We sat next to each other in the movie theater during the matinee Call of the Wild. You were alone, and I was with my daughter, covering her eyes during the scary parts. You sat in your seat in an almost yoga-like pose, one I certainly could have never accomplished. You just had such a charming laugh. I wish I had said hello after the film, but I make a rule of not chatting up women I don't know when I'm with my daughter. Just thought I would send this out there into the great unknown. Well, can I just say this man has boundaries and I appreciate it. Or this person has boundaries.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. Yes. Because they have a boundary if they don't chat up strange women when they're with their daughter.
Sure, that's a good one.
That's a boundary.
That's a fine rule.
That's a fine boundary. But they're the opposite of that fairy person we just talked about. They're not going to go up and strike up a conversation and ask them to go skydiving, and
could
have been the love of their life, you know?
I don't know how much I am interested in somebody who went to go see
Call of the Wild. That also, and who laughed at it.
It's like, this movie is hilarious. Harrison Ford and this CGI dog are just
a match made in heaven.
A modern day odd couple. Yay.
Yeah, I have no interest in seeing that.
Yeah, and you know what?
Say it.
Props to the VFX department. I know you tried. I know you probably got this job and was like, why don't they just do like a real dog?
And then they were like, oh, this is my job.
They can afford Harrison Ford, but they can't get a stunt dog?
A single dog actor?
Is the dog that particular with the way it has to move its face?
No. Let me tell you, they did Homeward Bound, and it was great.
Yeah. It's just a poor... I don't know. They're really trying to give this dog personality with its face, and dogs have that.
They do.
This guy in my lap sure does.
He does.
I feel like if I were a dog actor, I would be fucking pissed.
Dog actors on strike.
Yeah, like I swear I've been on fucking Broadway. I was in the Christmas Story on Broadway. Ran across the street, had a whole thing. I was fucking an extra for years.
You were fucking an extra?
Yeah, to get this job. And the perfect part, I've been waiting for this movie. I've been waiting for this. I knew when it was on the blacklist 3 years ago, like, that's going to be me. Talked to my agent, and he said, don't worry, Henry, I'm going to get you that audition. You're going to get that job, because you know what? You're the best dog for the part. And they go with a fucking computer graphic.
They did. And it was played by a person, too.
Played by Andy Serkis. It's wild looking. It's
horrific. I can't do with all the CGI animals, I'll be honest.
Yeah, CGI animals, I think, historically, just don't
work.
They're usually a bad call. Mm-hmm. And Hollywood just doesn't learn.
They love to blow the big bucks on the CGI. Somebody's got a cousin in CGI that they're like, we gotta throw some money Marty's way.
At least if you're gonna go through the trouble, like, make it Bugs Bunny or something instead. Like,
make it hot at least. Give it tits. Come
on.
Give
it some booty shorts.
Give it some booty shorts.
And
Lola
a sexy
Bunny.
voice.
Yeah. Yep. We're both thinking about Lola Bunny.
Elaine and I just watched Space Jam again, and it hurts still to think about. Because it's a movie, like, I definitely knew it wasn't going to be nearly as good as I remembered it being. But it was on Netflix, and it was so readily available, and it was like, I don't know.
I've never seen Space Jam.
Ooh, I don't recommend starting now. It is too late for you.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
But you know what? Space Jam 2 is coming, and they have a lot of apologizing to do. I'm very excited.
That's the tagline of Space Jam 2. We've got a lot of apologizing to do.
This one will stay good.
Oh my god.
This one's not just for the kids. So, listen, I know we're trying not to be judgmental, but y'all were at Call of the Wild.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I also think it was weird that Baghdad Theater chose to show Call of the Wild. Of all the movies.
They have a very limited screen space.
Yeah, it's like, I guess they couldn't have done, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog, because it was too close to the other movie they were showing that just got released, so... I mean, they make custom beverages for all their movies. Like, I would love a Sonic the Hedgehog-themed alcoholic beverage. I don't know what they're going to come up with. This drink is called CGI Dog, and it's just cold beer.
And disappointing.
This one is called Harrison Ford not wanting to really be here, and it's just an empty glass. And you bring your own alcohol.
And people will pay $16 for it.
This one's just bottled water, and it's called, we couldn't think of a third drink. I don't know what you want. Why are you here? Please don't be here. It makes me have to be here.
That's a really long name for a drink.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think anyone would buy it. And I had to fill up the latter third of the chalkboard, because I don't want to think of a fourth beverage. So... everyone loses in this one,
I see now that you gave that one because you had a soapbox for it.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to. I think
good.
I picked it and I was like, I can't just go on a Call of the Wild rant.
And then,
maybe it's good.
You did.
Maybe it's good.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, you should stick around after the credits. We're gonna read one last the credits after
Nick Fury's gonna show up and invite us to be a part of the Avengers.
It'll be a throwback. What are those called? End credit scene, whatever.
Yeah, end credit scene, throwback, same thing.
Same thing. Yeah. But stick around because we'll read one last misconnection after all of these messages. We also have some exciting things to read from you all, so stick around for that as well. Oh my god,
yes.
Yeah.
I'll get those up and ready. But thank you so much for listening to Craig's Essential Crisis. If you like what you hear, consider leaving us a rating and a review in the Apple Podcast app or wherever reviews happen. We got a couple of new reviews.
Oh, so we're going to read one live on air right now. Well, Okay, here's the deal. Talon's going to read one live on air because he said he would do it and I never agreed to it.
This is the promise I made. And I still think Sarah should be the one to read it, but this was the deal we made.
This was the deal you made. All
and
right.
If you left us a review and we're not reading it right now, we'll read it. We're definitely going to read it in future episodes. I'm sure we're not going to get a rating per episode, so don't worry. But thank you so much for your ratings. We read them all, and we really enjoy them. And if it's 5 stars, I will read it, like this one below, titled, Sarah is the Love of My Life. It's from Teva.o. Hello, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Teva, and I am Sarah's work wife. I will not reveal where we work in case the stalkers out there try to get frisky. Unless Sarah has already revealed where she works, then whatever. This is besides the point. I love Sarah very much. She is the light of the office and the belle of the ball. Her bangs are never greasy, and she listens to my jokes all day long because she has no choice. I have been waiting a long time for this and now must ask her a simple question. A single preposition. Sarah Delphine Thompson, will you marry me and be my true work wife? Please, God, let her say yes. I anxiously await the response. Dutifully and always with love, Teva.
You tried.
You know what it is that I played Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof, and I'm just mashing some letters together.
You love to bring up that you were in Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, it reminds me of the time I was in Fiddler on the Roof. What I played the starring role of it, I was the fiddler's dad. Anyway, I think we're all waiting on bated breath to hear. America wants to know, Sarah Delphine Thompson, do you take Teva's hand in work marriage?
I guess we'll have to tune in to the next episode and find out.
Oh, shit! It's a cliffhanger.
A marketer through and through. That's who I am.
We can't forget that we didn't answer this question. We have to finish. Anyway.
We'd also, so thank you, Teva, for that excellent
Teva.
review.
Excellent.
If you'd like to leave a review, again, Talon will read it live on air. Unless
I will read fucking anything.
He says anything, I draw the line at hate speech. There's
if it comes with 5 stars, then throw me behind bars, is what I say.
We also want to thank the incredible Rose Sherman for writing and performing our theme song. She's also a hilarious comedian and illustrator. Check her out at Hey Shermie, HEYSHERMIE on Instagram.
Follow her on Twitter, too, because she tweets some funny shit.
Yeah. If you have a misconnection story of your own, or if you just want to send us a personal ad to share with the world, send it to us at CraigCryPod, CRAIGCRIPod @gmail.com, or send it to any of our social media spots. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, so we'll see you 2 Thursdays from now.
Also, hire our friend Warren McHenry. Still, I think, out there searching for gigs. So.
Yeah, listen to our last episode to hear his full CV.
Yeah, if you, you want to hear more, send in a job, peoples. Send in a question you want Warren to answer.
And we'll put it to him.
Yeah. And we'll get him to answer it live on pod. And again, keep an eye out for I don't know if it'll be the next episode of Supod Heroes, but subscribe to Supod Heroes, friends of this pod for sure, because we are going to be on the upcoming episode. And
keep your ear out for our episode with Supod Heroes when they're going to come on Existential Crisis, do our format.
Yeah. Keep
your ear close to the ground. We've got some really exciting things in development that we'll be announcing soon.
Yep.
So make sure you listen to at least the next episode.
Yeah, things are happening.
Things are happening, especially if you live in the Portland area.
Yep.
So, Talon, with that, I have one last misconnection for you to read. Go for it.
Okie-dokie. Here we go to close out the show. Looking for Miss Tenderness, Salem. If you're that miss with tenderness, then you should be in touch with me, because I could be your Mr. Tenderness, if just for a moment. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This has been
Existential Crisis.
I wanted Mr. Tenderness to be a better pun.